After watching the official trailers and statements from the developers, it is already clear to all of us that the Witcher game series will continue with a new main character, more precisely, a heroine. In the new role-playing saga The Witcher from the CDPR, CIRI will replace Geralt. So we will soon immerse ourselves in a new Witcher series without the previously beloved and well-known Geralt of Rivia. Yesterday, a technical demonstration of Unreal Engine 5.6 for The Witcher 4 running on PlayStation 5 with ray tracing took place. In this technical demonstration of Witcher 4, a new plugin for faster loading of open worlds was shown, which processes loaded scenes for high-quality character models and visual effects. I will be frank with you, I am more interested in the character from a psychological point of view, so the review will focus more on her personality traits, behavior, interaction with other characters, and so on. Presenting the game mechanics, Ciri's appearance was showcased, as well as her interactions with various characters. Here she appears before us as a mature and beautiful woman who has undergone the trial of the Graces. Her clothing is typical for a Witcher. It doesn't make her stand out from others, features dark colors, and includes a hood that helps her remain unnoticed in crowded places. The new trailer begins with the monster killing merchants, and Ciri, if I understood correctly, was summoned by a local merchant to investigate where his people disappeared. During the course of the investigation, Ciri concludes that the merchants were involved in smuggling, which might signal to us that Ciri has gone through quite a rigorous school of life, has developed her analytical and critical thinking skills, and finds it relatively easy to handle such situations. After Ciri examined the crime scene, she returns to the merchant who asks her to look into the disappearance of his people. Here we can see that Ciri is confident. Her movements are smooth and calm. She holds her head high, doesn't shy away from others, and when interacting with them, words of apology can be heard.
Pardon.
She is quite generous. At the fair, she doesn't hesitate to give a coin to a beggar. In conversation with her employer, she behaves not only confidently but also sarcastically. Analyzing her interaction with the merchant, one can see that she finds it easy to read people, their emotional reactions, and to discern the hidden motives behind their behavior. They also showed us that NPCs will be active, and various mishaps and conflicts can occur between them. This could signal that the game will include even more interesting and varied side quests and Witcher contracts, which is certainly encouraging. It would be nice if the game featured more intriguing and enigmatic characters, such as Hubert Ridge or the coroner from the third part of The Witcher. It's interesting whether Ciri will have loyal companions in the game like Geralt did, someone asking to Yennefer or Dandelion, no matter how reckless he might have been. I believe everyone has such people, and it would be fascinating to see her interaction with Geralt in the fourth installment of the game. I would also like to see her other faithful allies, but so far we have only been shown her loyal horse, Kelpie. I think everyone would be particularly curious to know if Ciri will have a romantic partner in the fourth part of the game. If so, I would be very interested to learn about her choice. According to various psychological theories, including the well-known but recently criticized psychoanalysis, Ciri will most likely choose someone similar to Geralt, someone who will support, protect and guide her. Those who played The Witcher 3 might have noticed that Ciri was fond of Scial, who, I believe, won her heart with his caring nature, kindness and courage. It was clear how saddened she was to learn of his death and how his body was treated, thrown into a pit with dead animals and labeled a coward. Recalling the first trailer featuring Ciri, we could observe a number of the heroine's character traits, as well as her behavior in a critical situation. The developers present her as empathetic, compassionate, and sensitive. Like Geralt, She cannot remain indifferent to an unjust situation. CIRI doesn't want the village elders to cloud a young girl's mind and send her to a sure death by a monster. They justify this by saying it is an ancient tradition and that, through this act, she will save the local inhabitants. CIRI reacts sharply to these words and makes her way to the place where the girl was sent. The Witcher doesn't allow the girl to approach the monster, dealing with it in a rather difficult fight, during which we can see that she doesn't use her signature abilities as she did in the third installment of the game. Most likely, her powers vanished after undergoing the Trial of the Grasses, which every Witcher endures before beginning their professional activities. Having slain the monster, CIRI returns to the settlement with its trophy to prove that no gods exist and that it is merely a bloodthirsty creature. When CIRI approaches the elders, she sees the lifeless body of the girl held in her father's arms. In this moment, CIRI's impulsiveness comes to the fore, and she strides toward the elders, at which point the trailer ends. What happened next we can only guess, but I believe all those responsible were punished. Well, the game trailers promise us an enthralling, high-quality story that will be rich with various interesting characters who will be no different from real people, each with their own quirks, fears, and mysteries. Everyone is hiding something, must want to bypass official earnings by different means, and do not always reveal the true purpose of their requests, like the merchant in the new trailer. And every one of them, just like CIRI in the new installment of the game, has a goal. It's intriguing to wonder what CIRI's main objective will be in the fourth part of The Witcher. Personally, I find it hard to guess so far. Write your thoughts in the comments below the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you again soon. Since I am from Ukraine, where we live with an inadequate neighbor, where the percentage of uncertainty has increased very much.